Well, what I'm excited about at ETF Partners is we just celebrated our 20th anniversary. And if I look back, every year presents new, exciting, innovative companies. If I think about this past year, we've invested in companies in the space area. We've invested in companies in the quantum area, more AI companies. These are fundamentally interesting technologies that are helping to change life as we know it. And we're finding great entrepreneurs that are building companies in this sector. So when I think about 2025, it's all about investing for growth, investing around innovation, about investing in great entrepreneurs. So I think we're really excited by the developments in the sustainability sector in Europe. The reason for that is we get better and better people attracted to build companies in the sustainability space. You get more and more repeat entrepreneurs, more and more people with that are driven to build great companies, but also that are going to have a big impact through the, if you would, the success of their products and services. So I think the quality continues to rise in Europe. The other thing is that I think we haven't lost the plot as perhaps people have in other parts of the world. Everybody understands in Europe that the climate emergency is real. Everybody understands that there are big environmental problems that need to be solved. And ultimately, it'll be the entrepreneur that steps forward that helps to solve those problems. They will build those companies. They will take those risks in search of the opportunities, and they will make a difference in Europe. And that's why I think we're excited about what's happening here. Look, they go hand in hand. What we see is our companies that are growing very, very quickly, solving massive problems today. What that means is that they're going to be financially successful. And when you solve a key challenge, for example, in the environmental space, you can have a massive impact by doing that. So you can have companies that are incredibly profitable. You can have companies that grow very quickly. And at the same time, they're having a big impact because they're changing a sector of our society, of our industry for the better. Look, we're all about backing great entrepreneurs. So these are young, fast-growing companies, and our job is to introduce them to large corporates because ultimately it's the corporates that can help scale those companies very, very quickly around the world. So we need to build those bridges to those corporations, not just in Europe, but in a global sense. And if we can actually marry some great innovation, some great entrepreneurs, some fast-growing businesses with some of the established leaders, then we've hit a home run. On the governmental side, governments are incredibly important because they help fund the sector, they help drive the sector through regulation, and ultimately, I think governments are very much on side to address some of the big societal problems, and we need their support in that regard. The bottom line is that as I've traveled around the world, I've seen more and more interest in sustainable investing in Europe. So I've just come back from trips to Japan, Singapore, Canada, etc. And we're getting a tremendous response, a tremendous interest in terms of what entrepreneurs are doing in terms of building sustainable companies in Europe. Why is that? Because they see the effects of the climate change. They see the effects of the climate emergency, and they know they need to do something about it. So if they're going to do that, they're going to have to bring the best solutions from around the world to wherever they are. And they understand that Europe has been actually forging ahead, leading in many of these areas. The other thing that, of course, is happening is that certain parts of the world, i.e. North America, are very, very reluctant to engage on the global basis as they once did. So they're encouraging people to look for new partners. So for example, when you go to Japan, there's much more of an interest in what's happening in Europe than ever before. When you go to Canada, rather than just trade with the United States, there's much more interest in Europe than ever before, including the Middle East. So a lot of people are looking to invest in technology. A lot of people are looking to invest in sustainable technology, and Europe is doubling down in these areas. There's more and more investment going into tech as we try to compete on the global scale. So the bottom line on this is I think this is a really good time to be doing technology in Europe, and specifically sustainable technology in Europe. So when I think about the last year of investing in Europe, I think about growth, growth, growth. And what do I mean by that? Our underlying portfolio companies have been growing on an average of 100% a year in our latest fund. And think about that. This is in a world where the average European economy is growing by 1% to 2%. So we're seeing great growth in our companies. It's all about growth. And that makes me very, very excited.